Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite Chinese dramas of 2025 so far, since we are halfway through. So let's get into it. My number one has been Love of the Divine Tree. I love Zhanhuan, I love Zanziers, I love fantasy dramas. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know that. Now, I thought that Zanziers and Zhanhuans were dead. I thought, nope, no Zanzier can ever reawaken me. Like, I can never be obsessed with it again. No Juan can do it, but this drama did it. I Love of the Divine Tree stars Deng Wei and Julia Zhang, and I adored it. I watched it on Tencent, although I think it was an original, yes, it was an original ITV drama, and it had 36 episodes. And I loved it. Like it was honestly quite refreshing for well, I'm gonna call it a Zanzibar, but it's really a Zhanhuan. It was quite refreshing for its genre. I felt like they did a really good job. Sorry, it was actually 40 episodes. um, they did a really, really good job of kind of getting to the point as well as establishing the theme of not necessarily redemption, but how to kind of move forward when you feel like you've taken 10 steps back. And I do believe the story was, in my opinion, it was mainly about Deng Wei's character's journey to becoming the man he was always supposed to become, which is what I mean when I say that the story is about moving forward and not thinking about the past. And I think I really like the way that it was executed. A lot of the drama does spend time on Julia Zhang's character and her particular journey and her character in relation to Deng Wei's character, but I would still say that ultimately it is a beautiful love story about two people who are diametrically opposed at the beginning, but by the end realize that they're stronger together. And what I have to say is that, like, CGI wise, costume wise, makeup wise, OST wise, it was just a really, really fun journey. And I enjoyed tuning in each week on Tencent and watching the episodes. It was really enjoyable, and I haven't really enjoyed a Zanzia like that since, well, I would probably say Love Between Barry and Devil. I really, really liked it. I have a few videos on my channel about it, just discussing things, recapping things like that. And while I was watching it, I really, really enjoyed it and have been kind of rewatching it a few times since. It's been my favorite drama of the year. Like, knowing that I like Fantas and John Hans, that can't really be that surprising, but I adored it. I adored the love story. I adored Deng Wei's character. I adored watching his journey because honestly, I was personally more invested in his character journey than I was in the female lead because everything that she was doing was allowing him to progress. Like, she was the reason why he was progressing, and I thought it was fun watching that. And I'm used to watching dramas like that, but it was interesting seeing Deng Wei play that role, especially because I had seen him in Lucy Forever and hated his character there. So I think that also helped. But moving on, the second drama on my list that is my favorite drama this year, but it's number two, is Love and Pavilion. Now, this drama did have 36 episodes and aired on iQIYI. I watched it on iQIYI, and it starred Liu Shishi and Zhang Yinlong. And the main reason why I liked this drama was because Zhang Yinlong's character was obsessed, and I'm telling you, obsessed with Liu Shishi's character. She was his entire universe. And it was obvious. When he looked at her, there were stars in his eyes. Now, I will say that he carries the entire ship, but since I was a teenager, I've always really, really enjoyed obsessed men in dramas. Not in real life, but like in dramas where they're just absolutely enthralled by the female lead. I always enjoy watching dramas like that, and it's always a lot more fun to me. So that was the main reason why I was watching it. But the second reason was because I knew that, like, the second installment was going to explain why Zhang Yinlin's character in the third installment becomes a villain. Some really, really, really terrible things happen in the second installment that cause Zhang Yinlin's character's personality to do a complete 360 by the third installment, and I wanted to know the reasons why. And similarly to Love of Nirvana, at the beginning you're like, how in the world does this happen? How in the world do things change to this point? Well, by the end you figure out exactly why, and you can finally put yourself in the character's shoes and not consistently misunderstanding them and their actions. So that was why I feel like his performance was the strongest in the entire cast. It had an ensemble cast, so it had a lot of actors that we know and we see a lot. But I feel like his character, his performance, the way that he like brought life to that character, like I'm more impressed by his performance than anybody else in the cast. I'm so sorry to say. I do think they could have cast Lu Shishi. Um, I, like I feel like somebody else could have played her role. I'm not gonna lie, because she's married, and so she was kind of doing fish kisses in this drama, and it was really annoying because I was like, your character's supposed to be in love with this character, but you seem like you kind of don't care. And the fish kisses don't help. So just want to add that. That's another reason why it's number two. Like the fish kisses are just I can't deal. Anyway, number three and the last one that I'm going to mention, and the last one that is my favorite drama, C drama of the year, is Prisoner of Beauty, which I know everybody has been raving about. I loved it. It's enemies to lovers. Who doesn't like a good enemies to lovers? This drama is 36 episodes and it stars Song Ju-e and Liu Yining. And both of their performances are amazing. Their characters are have ancestral hatred that they have to work through. She marries him to try and heal the pains of the past, and he struggles to get over that. Most of the show is him fighting his own feelings. He finds her sexually attractive. He thinks she's cool, but he's like, I can't, sleep with my enemy. And so the whole show is basically him fighting against his emotions and her trying to convince him that it's okay to love her. And by the end, well, yeah, I mean, they both figure out how to do that, and it's perfect. But it's definitely a tug of war, is how I would describe it. Like, there's a reason why it's called Prisoner of Beauty. They're both constantly pulling and pushing each other, and that's pretty much the entire show. But their chemistry is really amazing, and like I said, the performances are really, really good. The film lead is super, super smart. The male is also super, super smart, and they're pretty much on par with each other. It feels like a very equal, balanced relationship, and it's very, very fun to watch. And also, it's just nice seeing Liu Ning in another show after watching Journey to Love. He's an amazing actor, and people need to give him more props. And I think they kind of are now after his performance as Wei Xiao in Prisoner of Beauty. And Song Jue, I've never seen her in anything before, but I loved her in this, and I know I'm going to be like following the rest of her projects because I loved her performance. And she's beautiful too. She's so beautiful. I was like, oh my lord, her features are divine. Okay, so like these three dramas, I already love Lu Shishi already, so she's my fave. But Julia Shang and Song Jua are now also my faves, and so I will be standing them till the end. So yeah, those are the dramas I've loved this year, and they're actually, funnily enough, the only C dramas I've watched completely this year as well. Like, I've dropped a few others. If you want me to do a video about the dramas that I've dropped, let me know in the comments below. Uh, yeah. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Thanks so much for listening. Bye bye.